Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. The reMarkable updates are truly coming thick and fast now. A few days ago we had the full release of 3.17. We now have the beta release of 3.18. This is a smaller release, I would say, than the last few we've had, but nevertheless it is, for me, in my opinion, a really nice and welcome feature. The big thing here is the rotating display. So let's read the release notes. Your paper tablet screen auto-rotates to best show your content. We've also cleaned up the toolbar to include more of the tools in the document setting. So we'll come on to those toolbar changes in a second. Just to quickly show you the screen rotating. Yes, it rotates on all sides. Sorry for the glare there, but just to give you an idea, it is nice and snappy in terms of responsiveness. So this is a feature that is really welcome for me. I find it a bit of a pain to have to go into the tool menu to change the rotation, and as such I find myself not rotating to landscape mode as often, but the fact that I can just turn it now will be really nice. So let's dive in, see if we maybe can turn this feature off if you do want to lock it, and we'll look at the tool menu changes as well. So I've just had a quick scroll through the settings and I can't actually see a setting to turn off the auto rotate, which will be interesting, and we'll see how that applies in practice. It may be something that they decide to apply for the final version, but I think some people may find that a bit frustrating if they happen to rotate the reMarkable, for instance, just to go like this to maybe look at something and then find that the screen rotates when they actually don't want it to. We'll give that a test in practice to see if it becomes an issue. But here's a look at the screen rotating. So we'll dive into the planner here. I'll just go through a random day. So this is a PDF document, and yes, it rotates nicely like that. And it's nice and responsive. So it's quite nice because if you maybe want a bit more space, perhaps you're filling in a daily schedule, just flip it like this. There it's more zoomed in, and we're able to perhaps fit in a bit of that smaller writing if the day is particularly busy. Let's have a look at a quick sheet. Here is just a sketch I've done of a house. Nice and responsive. Again, for those who are sketchers, actually it's going to be nice just to rotate it and just have the different angles and perspectives to use from. So a really welcome change. Now let's have a look at the tool menu. So here is my reMarkable 2, just for a look at what it used to look like. So the template option is now up here, and the screen share, I assume they've packaged into one of these. Yeah, so screen share is now an option here, right next to our shapes. So I actually prefer the look now of the tool menu. It does look cleaner. We've got our writing tools and then a couple of options. I did find that maybe it was a bit confusing, especially when you're quite new to reMarkable, finding what you need to find within these menus. The fact that there's 3 makes it easier because there's less trial and error when you're trying to find something that you want. You've got your tag, you've got the page overview, and then you've got basically your options here. So again, I like that change as well. So speaking of reMarkable 2, it is interesting how we don't have the update on the reMarkable 2, which suggests that the tech is not present in here to be able to use the rotate function, so it appears that it is just for reMarkable Paper Pro users. Before I close the quick update video, it is also worth noting that as part of the beta update, there was a software update, or a firmware, should I say, update on the pen as well. Now, it doesn't provide details of exactly what changes they have made, but what you had to do, I'll insert a picture that I took, but you have to keep your pen connected to the tablet for a couple of minutes whilst that firmware update takes place. And it's now finished, and I had a little write with it. It didn't feel particularly different, but good to know that they are looking at the firmware of the pen and the software of the tablet, and they're looking at the whole picture holistically together. So that's it for the update and the overview of beta 3.18. Nice to see another update coming out. Whilst it's small, it's a nice feature in my opinion. What do you think? Some closing remarks from me is that I'm wondering why they didn't have this feature at launch, because clearly the technology exists in there and it doesn't seem like a big software feat to be able to include that. It makes me think that maybe there could be an element of reMarkable holding some features back so their updates have more substance to them. Completely just a personal theory, but nonetheless we have it now. What do you think of the latest update? Let me know in the comments. As ever, I'll leave a link to my template shop in the description. Feel free to have a browse if you're interested in templates to help your daily effectiveness in your personal life or at work. Please do drop the video a like if you found it helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.